Later Wittgenstein and Philosophical Investigations. In his later work, particularly Philosophical Investigations, Wittgenstein rejects the ideas he proposed in the Tractatus. Moving away from the view of language as a rigid, logical structure, he develops the concept of language games. Language games emphasize the diversity and context dependence of linguistic practices. Rather than mirroring reality, language derives its meaning from its use in specific activities. This shift marks a move toward a pragmatic philosophy of language. Words and sentences, Wittgenstein argues, are like tools in a toolbox, each serving different purposes. Asking for the meaning of a word without considering its use is akin to asking for the function of a tool without knowing the task it performs. Wittgenstein introduces the idea of forms of life to ground language games. Forms of life refer to the shared cultural and social practices that give language its meaning. In this view, language is inherently communal, and its significance arises from human interaction. This leads to his famous critique of the idea of a private language. A private language, accessible only to its creator, is incoherent because meaning requires public criteria. For instance, the word pain gains meaning through its use in shared human contexts, not through a solitary mental state. His later philosophy also emphasizes the importance of dissolving philosophical problems rather than solving them. He argues that such problems arise from misunderstandings about the way language functions. For example, debates about the essence of knowledge or mind often stem from taking words out of their practical context. By analyzing ordinary language, Wittgenstein aims to untangle these confusions. One of his key contributions is the concept of family resemblances. Instead of rigid definitions, many concepts are unified by overlapping similarities, like members of a family. This challenges traditional philosophical approaches that seek clear-cut essences. Wittgenstein's later work has had a profound impact on philosophy, particularly in the philosophy of language, mind, and epistemology. Thinkers like Gilbert Ryle and J.L. Austin drew heavily on his insights, shaping the field of ordinary language philosophy. Beyond philosophy, his ideas have influenced fields such as linguistics, cognitive science, and anthropology. By shifting from a focus on logical structure to the richness of everyday linguistic practices, Wittgenstein's later philosophy presents a deeply humanistic vision of language. It challenges us to see philosophy not as the discovery of universal truths but as a means of clarifying and understanding the complexities of human life. The Philosophical Investigations stands as a testament to his intellectual depth and his willingness to question his own assumptions, leaving a lasting legacy in the history of philosophy.